Hey everyone, today I will be doing minifig reviews of all my Jedi and Sith. Um, I couldn't find some of their lightsabers today, so if you see some without lightsabers, I do have them, I just can't find them at the moment. Uh, I think it's probably a good idea to start off with some people that we know. So we're going to start with Sith Lords and make our way over to the Jedi. There's the one. And number 2 is coming right up. And Anakin's hand is a little fidgety, so if it moves just a tad bit, you know the reason why. So we have our 2 Sith minifigs right here. We have Anakin, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and we have Moff Gideon. Now, I'm going to start with Anakin. So, as you could see, the torso is burnt. This is the burnt torso style. I think I like this over his Clone Wars one because it really depicts he's more of a Jedi than a clone kind of leader sergeant. The leg printing is amazing on this one. I love it. 2 faces, double printed face. This is super useful if you're going to use him in a fight scene. And also it was really clever how they add all of the belt patterns because they're very similar to the movie. And you got to make it as similar as possible to please the fans. And we have Moff Gideon right here. Moff Gideon is overall a very good minifigure. His cape is very soft, velvety, and accurate to the movie. And his torso printing is just amazing. He even has a bit of back printing there. The leg printing, there isn't much, but in all fairness, in the movies, he doesn't have a ton of leg printing, or TV series. Pretty basic hairpiece, but for Moff Gideon, it fits quite well. Double printed face. I think it's overall a good figure. He hasn't broke on me yet, so I'm very pleased with that. Now, we have a Darth Vader fig right here, and I just happened to have another one right here. Now, yes, one of these is the original hilts. One of them was silver. However, silver hilts for Darth Vader, I find, are just not the same. So as you could tell, the torso printing on them is very different. This is more modern day. Maybe not modern day, but movie accurate. And, I like the printing for Darth Vader. He has so much of it. No back printing, which is kind of disappointing. And the leg printing's pretty basic. The helmet is amazing. Ever since we got this 2-piece helmet, it's great. Now, for this Darth Vader, this is the Anakin Battle Scarred. I got this in a special edition Lego pack, and it was in a little, it's almost a little ball that you open up, and there's a little scene inside. It's really cool. Now, if you see this one, this is the Darth Vader that you would see in the movies. They really haven't changed the face all that much. Helmet stayed the same. Now, the torso is similar, but different. It's not as movie accurate, I find. The other one just really fits more Darth Vader-y type of thing. The belt and all, it's all pretty similar. A couple of buttons, colors are different. It's very similar fig, but on this one, we do actually get a bit of back printing. Capes stay the same for the most part. Both very soft, good texture. And next up on the list, we happen to have a Darth Maul minifig. And his lightsaber's so big, we'll have to twist it like that. And our Kylo Ren minifig. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, Kylo Ren, well, you should have skipped him, right? Well, unfortunately, he does happen to be a Sith Lord, so I do have to include him. So we'll start with Kylo Ren. His lightsaber is by far one of my favorite lightsabers I feel like I've seen in LEGO. We haven't got a lot of lightsaber changes. They're very similar. So to see one that's different really kind of changed everything, you know? He does have back printing. The front printing is good. I mean, Kylo Ren's torso is pretty basic, but in the movies it was as well. He does have two sides to his face because I got this Last Jedi. It was Force Awakens, so you see him with his scar and you see him without his scar. Very good minifig, good if you're making a movie. It's all in all, it's pretty great. Now, if you can see this Darth Maul minifig right here, this minifig right here is overall a good minifig. Double-bladed lightsaber, love it. Totally changed Star Wars forever. Now, the minifig itself is very detailed. I mean, you do get a bit of back printing, but the front printing is very Sith Lord-like for the time. The prequels did change the way that we look at Sith Lords. There's so many different designs in the costumes. There's no head printing for the back, but there is for the front, which is the part we're probably all going to be looking at when we play with the set or when we build it. Now, his top of his head here comes off, so if you guys could see this, very detailed. Like, all the horns are just so, they're accurate, and the colors just really blend right in to the tattoo pattern. Like, just straight up. It looks perfect together. Now, if you have any requests for custom Sith Lords, I can definitely make that happen. But now we have to move on to the Jedi. So I say we start with some Luke Skywalkers. And just to let you know, I have more Luke Skywalkers. The reason why I'm not showcasing them is because my plan is to make a separate video of all of the Lukes I have. Now, if you want me to include my custom one in that video, please like that video and I will include him. Now, if you look at my Lukes here, this is the first Luke Skywalker I ever obtained. It comes in the Ewok Village set. He is starting to break on me. He has a small crack in the torso, but very detailed. I mean, again, no leg printing. That kind of sucks. But the front printing, I really like it. Like, I always liked this minifigure, and the back printing, kind of lacking, but it'll do. So, I don't know. We got the new hairpiece of the time. Well, of course, it's more detailed now, but I think it really did the trick for the time. There is two sides to the face here. It's a bit of a tough minifig. A calm face and a bit of a battle-ready face. This Luke right here, I love this one. Empire Strikes Back type Luke, or the Trench Run. He has this side to his face. Looks good. Or, if you want to pretend he's fighting someone, this side. Goes really good with the blue lightsaber. Overall, just a great minifig. I mean, the helmets that they're making are very detailed. I've always loved the decals on the helmets. And, I mean, like, the front and back of the Luke Skywalker are just so accurate to the movies, and we got leg printing. Fortunately, no bits of wires on the back. However, it is kind of nice that the torso's orange, the legs are orange, but the waist piece right here is gray. It's really what we see in the movie. Now, if we look at my other Skywalker figure here, I made this one just because it's more, you know, jacket type Luke, more casual. He's going on missions around the galaxy. That's the only reason I did that one there. Again, I will do another Luke video. However, you got to subscribe and like the video. And also, make sure that you try and view as many videos as possible, because I love making content on here. It's very fun, all that other stuff. Now, next minifig I have on here is Yoda. And I do have Mace Windu as well. However, I can't find his lightsaber. My brother takes a lot of my lightsabers all the time. I do with what I can, but I can't find that lightsaber at the moment. So, even though we don't have his lightsaber, let's look at the minifig. Yes, he is back printing, and yes, he's front printing. The legs, though, he has the white printing on the legs. That is something we haven't seen in a super long time, or maybe never seen. I do have to do up on my Lego. He stayed up pretty well. There might be a little crack there, but that's it. He is one of the Jedi minifigures that we see without hair, which I say is pretty cool. Now, if you just happen to look at his back here, you can see he has a belt, and the belt goes all the way around. Pretty detailed belt. His torso is tan, which is kind of nice, or dark tan, beigeish, darker brown, which is kind of nice. It separates it from the other Jedi. It's very dusty looking. It's nice. Whereas if we look at Yoda, this is not the Clone Wars Yoda, by the way. This is a Yoda's Hut Yoda. Now, if you look here, the heads for the Yodas are always so detailed, except for the ones they were making way back when. Now, you do see a bit of gray hair back here. The ears are so pointy, just so accurate. The head pattern here, it's all super accurate. Clone Wars Yoda would be wonderful to have, but unfortunately, I don't have that kind of money. Now, if you see the back, it's kind of ruffled, and he even has this cool little flute, which would make sense on Dagobah for him to try and survive in the wilderness. Now, I do happen to have a Rey minifigure with a lightsaber. Now, if we do a 360 here, you can see that this Rey minifigure has back printing and front printing, which is super good. I wish there was back printing on the legs. Dual molded legs are just crazy cool, and printing on the back of the legs would just, be kind of cool. Just at least a little bit of printing. But the hairpiece is new, torso's new. It was an okay minifigure. Now's the good part. We get into the Obi-Wan Kenobis. Going with the Anakin, we have this dirt-stained Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love this minifigure. He even has a worried face. It's so detailed. The hairpiece is great. The beard goes really well with Obi-Wan. I found it always has. Makes him look so much more matured, and the cloak is amazing. I mean, the robes are great. Leg printing is awesome, spot on. The Obi-Wan minifigure is just a great minifigure. Now, I also do happen to have this Obi-Wan minifigure. Yes, the robes are detailed, not as detailed, but for the time, Obi-Wan did look a lot more like this. Now, I do like how the hairpiece, I find this particular hairpiece really goes with the braid here. It looks like him from the movie, most similar. Now, I do have one more Obi-Wan, that is old Obi-Wan. Very good minifigure. I used him in a couple stop motions back when I was little, and his back printing, he's a nice cape piece, and it's a different cape piece, has a different texture. These hoods are great because they really, the pieces at the end here, really make it look like a hood. And yeah, and also as you can tell, his robe is more opened up, which kind of tells he's old, he isn't really, he's aging. He's not as tight and ready as he used to be. Now, I do believe that I have one more minifigure, and I think that minifigure right here, Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn, very movie accurate. Hairpiece, great. Also saw this in a couple Lord of the Rings sets. His back printing. Oh, and like what I said before, the waist hip, different color than the legs. Encapsulate the color more. Now, his legs are okay. I say mainly with this minifigure, him and Obi-Wan were so similar, which was kind of cool, and his belt was very detailed. Everything was kind of nice about this minifigure. Now, overall, I gotta say, my favorite two minifigures would have to have been our Luke Skywalker, and of course, the only, that's too bad, Darth Vader. Now, if you guys do want to see more minifigurating, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you go view my videos. Like I said before, it really helps, and I can upload more consistently if I see that I'm making progress. Now, also, this is from the Praetorian Guard Battle Pack, and it's really good for displaying minifigs. So if you ever see one of these, even though they're retired, if you do happen to come across one, get it. Praetorian Guards are good minifigures. And obviously, if you have a Kylo Ren, you need them. And you also need some Sith Troopers. So get that one too if you can see it. Now, I gotta say, I will do a Praetorian Guard Battle Pack video, and one with the Sith Troopers as well, with all the First Order Troopers. But for now, I thought this would be the best one to do. And also, there's many different lightsabers too. If you want me to do a lightsaber review video, I made some custom ones. I always enjoy showing off my mocks. They're very fun to make. They're cool to make. Yeah, just if you guys have any mock ideas, I guess if the comments are on, I don't know if they are or not, I'll try and turn them on for future videos so you guys can tell me what mocks you want to see me make. This is mostly a Star Wars channel. However, I will upload a little bit of Ninjago and possibly some Marvel. Not very much, just a little. If you guys want to see any more reviews, just like that video and smash that subscribe button. You guys know what to do. That's all for today, I believe. And make sure that you don't go to the dark side and don't click that subscribe button. Make sure you do and go to the light side. Maybe someday in the future, you could get one of my minifigures that I could be giving away. Not at the moment, I need all of them, but in the future.